Hi, my name is Will Miller, and I'm currently chair of the Public Administration Program. I'd like to welcome you to the program, and I'd also like to give you some steps along the way you need to take, some guidelines, some markers, some advice, so that you can successfully complete. First, let's talk about why we do what we do. Our mission is to advance the public interest and civic engagement by preparing students with the innovative integration of theory and practice. We want to provide you and provide us with access to a diverse and networked community of public affairs students, practitioners, and scholars. And that's an important aspect of our MPA program, one we're trying to build. If you're a conditionally admitted student, that is, if you don't have one of the prerequisites, American national government or microeconomics, then there's some advice we have to give you. First, don't wait too long to take these. They are prerequisites for some of the courses that are required for the program. So the microeconomics course is a required prerequisite to take the budgeting course. Secondly, financial aid has some caveats for people who are conditionally admitted. One of the common ones, depending on the financial aid program you're in, is that if you don't resolve the conditional admission within 12 months of admission, they won't continue financial aid. So not our rule, but something you should be aware of. If you are conditionally admitted, when you take the prerequisite, then inform Gail Carnes, who's our administrative assistant, and send your transcript to the admissions office. And we will see the transcript with the prerequisite on it, and we will change your admission to full. Few issues that are important to think about as you begin. One is the issue of plagiarism or academic dishonesty. The idea here, the reason why this is important are mostly the following two. One, it's unfair to attribute to yourself the ideas of someone else. And, involved in that is we want to be part of a stream of thought in our academic disciplines. Two, it's unfair to your colleagues who may have done a lot of work on an assignment, and then somebody comes in and they, lift things here and there, they copy things here and there, etc. So those are real issues. Statistically, we can look and we can see that it happens in graduate school, happens in undergraduate school, et cetera, et cetera. So we have to admit it's out there. Now, that's the dishonesty part. And most of you, there's no problem. Where problems might occur with those of you who are the good guys in this respect is that faculty academic settings are very, very sensitive about using other people's ideas without properly citing them. So if you're going to do word for word a couple sentences, you need to put that in quotations and cite it. If you're going to use the ideas from somewhere else, another student, another professor, another situation, another book, etc., you need to make sure that's cited. And we have software that looks at submissions and determines whether, okay, maybe there's a couple percent that was wrong. That we'll work on that. But, if it gets up to 20, 25, that's just kind of my arbitrary thought right now for a cutoff point, but there are different ones, then that's a problem that needs to be addressed, and you can assume that faculty are going to probably talk to you about that. And if it can't be worked out informally, there's a formal structure in the university to do that. So um, think about those plagiarism things when you're writing. Be sure to cite when you need to cite. Use your university email. Now, students complain that they get all sorts of stuff that's not relevant to them through their university email. And that can be a problem. There's another link on a PDF file we send out to new students that you should have that tells you how to use the filter in the email system to only receive emails, for instance, from the department. Or from the department and the chair of the department, or from the department and faculty in the department, etc. So if you're not going to check your university email account frequently, use the filters to forward those along, the important ones. Registrar would be another thing you'd want to include in your filter to make sure those got forwarded along. Chain of complaint. If you got a problem with the program, we want to know about it. We want to help resolve it and deal with it. And how that works is first talk to your instructor. And if that doesn't quite work it out, go to your advisor. And if that doesn't work it out, go to the chair. And if the chair can't work it out, go to the dean. And if the dean can't work it out, it goes to the provost, which is the chief academic officer. Seldom does anything go beyond the department, not because we're trying to keep bad news from going up, but because we get it worked out. We want your feedback. We want to form a continuing relationship with you so that once you graduate, for instance, you'll be able to interact with classes and students and provide them the support they need and interact with faculty, etc., for continual professional development purposes and to help us know what you're doing and what's important, etc. We use our web pages for more than just an advertisement about how great we are and why you should join our program. If you go to the student section, see at the top of the slide here where it says students on the web page, go to there and there's a bunch of resources that are really important and really helpful. At least we hope so. One is the student handbook. And now it's fully online. All the sections there. You can go to the relevant sections. Oh, I got a transfer course issue. I got a issue with what do I do when there's a grievance? I got an issue with electives, etc. That student handbook is going to give you some good advice. Really critical is on the left, there's a registration help link. And that registration help link is going to take you to a whole bunch of registration help resources. So for instance, there will be all our projected classes for 2 to 3 years. There will be the degree plan. There will be the branching process for getting special permission to get in classes that are full or need a prerequisite, etc. So please, use this site and tell us when things don't make sense to you or something else needs to be there. Again, the networking thing, we really want you, we want us to be part of your professional development life. There's a elected student representative who serves on the faculty committee for the department. And if you have questions or problems or issues, you can send them through that student representative. If you want things changed, you can send it through that student representative. There's a PA Honor Society that you can join. And that honor society gives you a pin and your line on your Vita and some connections and that sort of thing. We're also encouraging students to become members of ASPA, the American Society for Public Administration. We have a local chapter in the Springfield area and events planned here quarterly and more for students. So that's something you might want to consider seriously. That about wraps it up. I appreciate your patience walking through all the nitty-gritty of what you need to do and how we can help. Some things just to say in conclusion. One is have fun, enjoy your classes, enjoy integrating and thinking and studying. And I know it's work, but you know, it can be play and fun too. Get networked, as I've described. Enjoy the learning experience. And if you have any questions or feedback, then my email is right there, simple, wmill3@uis.edu. Just let me or your advisor know. Again, welcome to the program.